Merry Christmas, X-Men fans. This is Uncanny, the mutant musings of Matt and Sis. It's the show where we discuss Marvel's Uncanny X-Men comic, issue by issue, from 1975's giant-size X-Men #1 all the way to the present day. We'll be talking about all aspects of the story, so if you haven't read this 50-year-old comic, this is your official spoiler warning. My name is Matt. I write and draw Steamroller Man, a comedy superhero comic which you can read online for free at steamrollerman.com. And this fine gentleman is my co-host, Sis, publisher of Sidrus Comics Australia. You can follow him on Instagram at SidrusComicsAU. Hello, Sis.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good for our early Merry Christmas.
Right. So the reason I said Merry Christmas is because this issue came out at Christmas time, and the name of the story is It Was the Night Before Christmas. So it's also Christmas in the story.
Yes.
So I wasn't going crazy.
No. That's my job. So there's the cover anyway. We'll go to the first. We'll go to the first page.
Yeah.
Love this page. And the next page, what they're doing, I love even more. Because it's not something. I'll wait till we get to the page.
Well, this is a crazy image. It's a base inside a volcano. Again, another base built inside a volcano. We last saw that with Magneto had built his base underneath a volcano in Antarctica. This one is actually inside the rim of what they say is an extinct volcano, but I don't know. Like, do you ever really know with volcanoes whether they're truly extinct? Like, is that wise? You know?
It's a short-term gig, so...
Right.
An entire large base for something that might only be a short-lived requirement for it, for his weapon.
How forward-thinking are they being, these supervillains? Because they all want to destroy the world. So I guess it is a short-term thing, because if they destroy the world, then technically their base goes with it as well. So
I think there must have been like a meeting between the supervillains, and they were like, "Yeah, volcanoes, that's the way to go, man." So
yeah, it's like a status thing amongst supervillains. Like, your villain, your hideout's inside a warehouse. Well, mine's inside an extinct volcano. What do you think of that? Absolutely.
That. But this is beautifully drawn. But the volcano base did crack me up when I saw it. There was yet another
Terry Austin. Terry Austin is back on inking with this issue, which I was really happy to see, and it just looks better than ever. I thought. Like, I don't know whether it's because of the contrast between last issue where we talked about I think Rick Villamonte was the Villamonte was the inker, and he sort of did a job that seemed a bit rushed. This looks fantastic. So it may be thanks to Rick Villamonte filling in on the inking in the last issue that enabled Terry Austin to deliver such a great result on this one.
And once again, I'm in awe, even at this distance, just John Byrne and his technology. Even at this distance, it looks really cool.
Those little it's just lines. Like, it's just where he places the lines, but it does make it look like technology at a distance, which is very cool.
That looks awesome. And this is the part where I actually say who did it. I was totally thinking I was ready to go to the next page. So we've got Chris Claremont.
You were going to say you're ready to go to bed.
Oh yeah, sorry. No. I'll celebrate Christmas later. So Chris Claremont is the author and the co-plotter. John Byrne is the co-plotter and the penciler. Terry Austin is the inker. I forget Costanza's first name. Is on the letters.
John Costanza.
Don, is it?
No, John.
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 I write that down so I know. because they don't give it on here, and I didn't look it up
No.
because I was a bit lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Glennis Ween, I hope that's how you pronounce it, on the colours, and of course Roger Stern as the editor, and Jim Shooter as the editor-in-chief.
Good old Jim Shooter.
Good old Jim Shooter.
Gotta love it.
So that's that part of the show. So I'll go to the next page, I guess, because this is just a well-drawn, excellent page. And this one,
good splash page.
I'll jump in first, just in case you're about to say the same thing. But that spaceship that he's going for, is that a spaceship or is that the base from an angle?
I think it's the base from an angle. I think
because it doesn't match
is
this one.
No, well, I mean, I think it kind of does. It's like, because if you think of the sides of the volcano, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the inside of a cup, but they would have to have platforms that are kind of like rings set into the edge of the volcano, like walkways. I think that's what it is. So in panel 2, to the left of the panel where it's the darker green, that's kind of like the interior of the crater of the volcano, whatever you call it, the caldera, I think. And so that's to the left, that's where the lava would have come out. And then to the right, that's the rock of where the rock of the wall of the inside of the crater would be. And so they've built it into the sides of the...
Yeah, well, for anyone who read this and thought it was a spaceship like me, you're not alone.
You can form a support group.
If no one else saw that, I'm alone. Because I saw that and I went, is it hovering over the... How much technology does this dude have? Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Which means either way, if it was a giant spaceship or a volcano, it's really far away. So
yes.
So you've got Nightcrawler going a huge distance where he can't see where he's going. And it's like that's like a double whammy for him, because he doesn't like to go where he can't see, and he doesn't like going through things because he doesn't know where he's going to land. And the distance thing is also an issue. So
yes.
Yeah. So that was, and I like that he explains that he was holding his breath because he was scared stiffless.
Well, I think that they're definitely like miles away.
Yeah.
Like in the air, distance. It looks like on the previous page, it does look like they're a long way up. When you think about the fact that volcano is drawn so small, but a volcano is essentially a mountain, right? Yeah, so the scale is sort of thrown off by the distance, I think. You know,
I'm feeling really silly that I thought that was a spaceship.
One thing I thought was really cool about this page is the visual storytelling is so clear. Like the progression of action from panel to panel, you can totally, you don't even have to read the words. You can tell exactly what's happening. The pictures are telling the story on this page. Yeah. So once again, that's why John Byrne is one of the greats, you know, like the visual storytelling is just on point throughout this issue. I love those 3 panels on the bottom tier where the guard is being pulled up by his tail, by Nightcrawler's tail, and then his legs are kicking around. Really well done.
Awesome. Have they ever done that before? Had him use his tail to do that?
I don't think so. Not in
wondering about that.
Not in the issues that we've read so far. I think that's new.
So that's pretty cool they did that.
Very cool. Very cool. I just wonder about... I just wanted to mention, like, the logistics of building a base inside a volcano must be insane. Like, and again, like Moses Magnum, who's going to be, you know, it's not a spoiler to say he's the villain because he was on the cover.
Yeah, he was on the cover.
But the logistics of building this base inside a volcano must be massive. Just like what a massive undertaking. All the like, how do you get the materials to the volcano and then inside the volcano to your construction crew to build? You know, like, I would actually like there to be like a character, like someone at Marvel should do a story where there's a character called like the engineer or something, and he is just like this subcontractor who just builds bases for villains. And so then it's like, well, where did you get this base? Oh, I contacted the engineer. He's the guy. All you got to do is give him a call. He'll take care of the whole thing. He'll have your job completed in like 6 months, 6 months to a year. And then you've got a brand new base inside the volcano of your choice. I think that'd be awesome.
Or
I'd really like that.
Or they did like really, really, really good measurements of the inside of the volcano, built it somewhere else, and then dropped it in.
Oh, yeah, right. Like when you see those houses that are just on wheels, being like an entire house being transported to some other place.
These were like by about 100 helicopters, because this base looks massive.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually, and it just gets lowered in. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great way to do it. They would just get like 2 shield helicarriers, those kind of like massive, like military style helicopter vehicles, and then just lower it in. That's a great idea.
It's one of those things I never thought of when I was reading it as a kid, but now when I read it, it's like, what? How do all these bases pop up, and how are they not seen until they're finished?
Yeah. but as an adult, that sort of stuff fascinates me. Like I really would love, also, like, just to go off on a complete tangent, stuff like in the show Andor. Like, I loved all that Star Wars middle management stuff about the Empire's middle management structure. I was like, I could watch a whole like series about just the internal office politics of these middle management guys in the Empire. Those were the parts that I really liked about Andor. So yeah, I'm fascinated by that sort of stuff.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. But I still like. Whew, lucky Nightcrawler didn't end up in the middle of a floor, because he had no way of knowing.
Right.
I don't know how he said he judged it. How do you judge that? Oh, yeah, that floor's going to be there. Oh, I'll be fine.
I think what happened.
It's curving the wrong way. If it was on the outside, I can understand, but it's curving like it's on the inside. So.
It is on the inside.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's on the inside, so he wouldn't have been able to see anything there.
Right.
So it's just pure dumb luck he didn't end up in the middle of a floor.
No, but I think it's open. I think it's open to the sky.
Oh, they were above.
Yeah, because I think what happened was Storm basically did a flyover with Kurt so that he could look down and see, okay, that's where I'm going to teleport. I see a platform there. I'm going to teleport to that part of this base. And then he just did it. And that's why he was able to end up there.
That's even more impressive now that you've said that. I didn't even think of that. So that means he judged it from where they were to where they went to where... Wow. Go Nightcrawler.
I mean, that's just how I read it.
No, that makes total sense.
That's what I understood it as.
Yeah, it makes total sense now that you've said it. Because you go back there they are doing a bit of retcon, and and then he lands where he's meant to land. So that makes total sense now. Because I'm thinking that's really risky. But no, if he did it on purpose, that all makes sense now.
Well, as Cyclops once said, like, them's the breaks, basically. Didn't like there was an early issue that we talked about where Thunderbird died or something, and Cyclops was like, well, that's what life is like in the X-Men. Suck it up.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
And
I
all
think
these
they're used
newbies
to
were
that
like,
sort of stuff.
yeah, we'll stay here. Anyway, we won't go back into that thing that I was
Yeah.
laughing at last time we
Yeah.
read it. Then we got our flashback. Well, we've got our big monologue
Yes.
type thoughts by Nightcrawler there that lets us know what's going on.
Yeah.
But then we got the flashback of the meetings and so forth.
Yep.
It's with the
So
Prime Minister, isn't it?
yeah, I think it's the Japanese Prime Minister, and he's asking them for help because Moses Magnum has delivered this ultimatum. It's like, oh, surrender by midnight, or Japan will be destroyed. And so Moses Magnum has what do you call it? I guess earthquake powers.
Yeah. Well, later on,
Seismic powers. That's the word I was trying to think of.
and he has the he says later on about how you can't move through the earth without me knowing. So you know, he's connected somehow to the earth.
Yeah.
In some sort of technical
and
way. I don't think it's powers.
yeah, and because Japan is sort of the tectonic plates are more seismically active, that makes Japan more vulnerable to his powers.
Exactly.
Now, before we started recording, you and I were talking about like what is his actual plan.
Yes.
So Japan surrenders, and then what?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not spelled out at all in this story.
I read over this bit like 2 or 3 times to see if I was missing some little key word or something that let you know what was going on, but it was just like, no, just surrender.
Yeah.
Whatever surrendering is it surrender over the gold, or is it surrender the country to my?
Yeah, I mean that's
domination?
The thing. It's very much a like it's a story written on a kid's level.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to know, when kids are reading comics, they don't need to know like the details.
Yep.
And they don't think about like, well, what is surrender what? Like is it money or is it power? Like, does he want to be the prime minister or the leader of Japan? Or
yeah, well, that's what I thought it was, because I couldn't put it down to anything else. I'm just like,
no,
I guess he wants to rule Japan, and if he can't have it, no one can.
Yeah, I mean that's actually not a bad guess. I think.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
If any of our viewers have any insight into what Moses Magnum's actual plan was, please let us know in the comments, because we can't figure it out. From this issue. So they're doing the usual info dump flashback. One thing I noticed is that most of these little flashback sequences will usually occur within the first 5 pages of an issue, which is a good spot for them to do it, because not in this case so much, because this one sort of fills us in on stuff that we didn't see happen already. This is almost stuff that happened between the issues. Sometimes it'll be a literal catch up for, like, if you didn't read last issue, here's what happened.
That's a good point.
This one's actually filling in details that we didn't see at all before now. So it's interesting. The different ways that they use it. Now, I just want to talk about Moses Magnum.
Yes,
because he's actually got a long history in the Marvel universe. He started out in, as it says on the bottom of panel 4, in that little caption box, Giant Size Spider-Man number 5. And Power Man Annual number 1. So those were his 2 previous appearances. He started out as he's an Ethiopian weapons dealer, and when he started out, he was just a sort of a street level villain, but a very powerful. He's like a kingpin, but he's a weapons dealer. So he's like this international arms dealer. But something happened to him, which we see later, between that was between Power Man Annual #1 and when he shows up here in the X-Men, it actually gets retconned. He now has seismic powers in this issue. He didn't have seismic powers before. Because it was one of those things where in Power Man Annual #1, he falls down this big shaft in another secret base kind of thing, and it's one of those things where a supervillain, falls to their death, or so you think, but you never see the body.
No, there's never.
So now he comes back, and somehow mysteriously now he's got powers where he didn't have powers before. In this issue, as published in 1978, he did not. Chris Claremont did not explain how he got powers. He just kind of left it up to the reader's imagination. But in the 80s, Marvel started publishing a comic called Classic X-Men, which reprinted these issues.
Oh, and has an extra story at the end.
They added stuff, exactly. So, here's where it gets really interesting. Oh my God, yeah, okay. So I'm just trying to get the facts straight in my head. So I didn't write this part down. But, so John Byrne draws this original story, right? So in Classic X-Men 25, which is where this story was reprinted, they add 4 pages into the actual story. It's not an extra story. They actually add pages into the story, and they add a flashback where when Moses Magnum falls down that shaft, he is actually saved from death by Apocalypse, the villain Apocalypse, right?
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And that Apocalypse was a villain who didn't start, wasn't created until like 1988 or something.
Yeah.
So Apocalypse saves him. So, and then Apocalypse, which like his whole thing is he gives people powers. And so it was Apocalypse who gave Moses Magnum his seismic powers.
No way.
And then the interesting behind the scenes bit is that, and I hope I'm getting this right, Kieran Dwyer was the artist on those 4 pages that were added. Kieran Dwyer was an artist who worked on Captain America in the 80s. Very good artist, like really good stuff. So Kieran Dwyer was the penciler. Terry Austin was the inker.
Oh.
The interesting thing is that Kieran Dwyer was actually John Byrne's stepson at a certain point, because John Byrne was married to Kieran Dwyer's mum for, I think, about, just a short time, only a few years.
Yep.
But during that time, John Byrne was Kieran Dwyer's stepfather and encouraged Kieran's dream of eventually drawing comics for a living, which he then achieved because John Byrne helped Kieran Dwyer get his first job drawing comics. And so John Byrne helped Kieran Dwyer start his career. So it's kind of cool that Kieran Dwyer was then the penciler who added pages to what was an original John Byrne drawn story. So there you go.
That's wicked. That's wicked.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy, right?
I want that Classic X-Men now.
Yeah, well, it is on the app. It's number 25, so you can go have a look. So, so that explains how Moses Magnum got his powers. It was from Apocalypse, but we don't know that at this point. Like this version of the issue, you don't know that. It's just happening off panel.
love they throw
basically.
Apocalypse into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not get the biggest, scariest, villain that the X-Men have and throw him into the story for no real reason? Because it's like, what's his motivations? Because I thought he woke up because, hang on, no, that's a different story. Don't worry about me. I'll shut up now. Next page.
Next page.
Yeah, sorry, just Apocalypse gets woken up in a totally different timeline. So I was thinking of the wrong timeline.
Oh, yeah.
Age of Apocalypse.
I'm not. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, this is more around the era of X Factor, when Apocalypse first appeared in X Factor, and he had the Four Horsemen and all that sort of stuff. So that's when the classic X-Men issue would have been published, was around 87, 88, I think, sometime around there. So, my favorite thing on this page is the drawing in panel 3 of Misty Knight. I just think her face is so beautifully drawn. Just looks great. That's all I have to say on this page.
Okay.
What did you?
The only thing I had to say is I'm loving these black and white helmets. It's very I'm sure I've seen a film clip with someone wearing that gear, but from the 80s.
Well, it's funny you mention that. It's funny you mention that, because when I first saw that panel, I was thinking, it reminded me a lot of Star Wars. You know, the bit in Star Wars where the Death Star technicians they have those big swooping helmets.
Yeah.
And at first, from this angle, I was like, oh, is this like a Star Wars influence again? Because we saw there was a Star Wars influence in the previous issue, or 2 issues ago actually, where there was the Psy War storyline between Professor X and the Shadow King. So Star Wars is definitely in the zeitgeist and pop culture. It's probably the major, most influential thing in pop culture at this time. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see more stuff being thrown into X-Men comics that are oh, that looks like something straight out of Star Wars. And this was one of them.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I thought initially. But then you see a better view of these helmets in pages coming up, and it's not the same shape at all. It's just this angle that makes it look that way.
They have to make it a slightly different shape so they don't get, sued.
Yeah.
And that was all you had on that page. And this one's where Storm takes out a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Back to full power. Woo! And I love the giant arrow on the ground.
Yes, that was curious to me. I thought that was really cool to have a giant arrow on the ground, but they're all going the opposite direction.
They're all going the opposite way. So it's okay, that arrow doesn't mean much. Or it's a big thing for the good guys. It's the bad guys this way.
Right. Yeah. I love the coloring of it too, the bright yellow arrow.
Bright yellow, yeah.
It looks really cool. And I love, oh my God, that looks so good, right? What a great effect.
Yeah. I love how they've got him going invisible in shadows thing going on now.
Yeah, it looks really cool. So what they've done is they've used Ben-Day dots, or Letratone, a screen tone which we've talked about before on the show. Just gives it that. And this would have been one that actually had a gradation kind of effect on the plastic, where the dots get bigger and then go down to dots that are smaller, so you get that dark to light transition. Looks really awesome. Really cool effect.
Those yellow eyes are awesome.
Yep. And then another. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. All I was going to say was, Banshee, couldn't remember his name for a second, hits the does he say Sonic Disruptor Cannon?
Yeah.
He does too. See, that doesn't look
Sonic
like a cannon to me, but
disintegrator cannon.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But it does this guy's head in, and his things actually burst out.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
He did the weapon in, but it got the guy there. I was like, I don't know how that works, but cool.
I think it's probably just some kind of feedback or something that goes through his through the system.
Falling apart. Oh dear. But yeah, good action. This is where I was like, oh, this is so imaginative. This is awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
This is awesome.
Yep.
Where you've got Cyclops bashing a hole through the ground, and then Sunfire burning it solid, like to keep it as a tunnel. It's like, no way. That's so cool.
It is cool. What a crazy plan, though, right? Like, that's nuts. But it's so well depicted. Like, and the interesting thing is, they don't spell out what is happening at all in the dialogue or the narration, which in Marvel Comics, like, usually the writing is a little bit redundant, where the writing will actually say what's happening in the panel, even though you can see what's happening in the panel with the visuals. That's not what's happening here. Like, it doesn't describe exactly what's happening, but the visuals completely clearly tell the story of what's going on. And the first thing I thought of was, isn't that going to be incredibly hot in there for them? But they do actually remark on how hot it's getting and how they're running out of oxygen. So I thought that was also very well thought out.
It's like, come on, Nightcrawler. We're dying down here.
Yeah. Really cool plan, though. Like, I love
it's wicked. It's visual-wise, just the idea of them doing that is like, even as an adult, as a kid, this would have been amazing. Going, wow, they're smashing a hole through the ground and burning the sides.
Yeah.
But even as an older adult, that's still way wicked. So
it's very cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then
the action starts.
Yeah, the action starts. This is where it all gets a bit full on. And poor Colossus.
Yeah.
Gets smashed again.
Gets smashed again. Right. Yeah. He's to be able to take out Colossus is so he's obviously very, very strong. You know, like he was really leveled up in terms of like superpowers.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. I love the mislead though in panel 3 where Colossus is sticking his head up through the hole in the ground and saying like, Nightcrawler, where are you? And you see a white glove. So it's a bit of a mislead, even though Nightcrawler, you know, when you think twice about it and you realize like, oh, but wait, Nightcrawler only has three fingers.
Yeah, 3 fingers, yeah.
And that hand has 5 fingers, but it's still a white gloved hand. So it's a little bit of a mislead. But of course, it's not Nightcrawler, it's Moses Magnum. And then you get that fantastic panel of him. It looks like he's actually picking him up and pulling him out of the hole. And
I think that's what he's doing.
And then punching him.
Like by the neck. That's the impression I get.
Yeah. Great drawings, like really good figure work and just such a well-designed page. I love the bottom panel. Like this, it's one of those horizontal widescreen panels with the little figures. Just looks so good.
I love the sound effect. Whammo.
Whammo. Indeed.
But yeah, that's probably it for this one. Back to the hole. Colossus goes up first, and he just stops himself from going over a cliff.
The thing I love about this is that you have that widescreen panel at the bottom of the last page, and then you've got 3 more widescreen panels, all the same size. So they're all the same dimensions. So it creates this rhythm of like, bam, 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 bam. and it gives almost like a filmic effect that you're just watching one shot of film,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
get
one
that.
shot in a film. And yeah, and you really get the sense of the horizontal motion. Like Colossus is just going and going and going and going, and like, he's got to drag his fingers into the dirt to stop himself from going over the cliff.
Yeah, poor fella.
Really well done.
Yeah, and I love the thoughts and what he's saying. He's like, "Oh, I've had enough of this. I keep being a punching bag."
Yeah. So that's interesting because we were saying in the previous episode that it's like Cyclops is kind of he's coming off like a bit of a chump. Like he's like swinging his punches and missing, and he's being portrayed in the story by Claremont and Byrne as like a really ineffective member
Yeah,
of the team. And so it's interesting here that they're actually making him aware that like this sucks. Like I feel like I'm such a chump. So I thought
yeah,
that was really interesting that we had just talked about that, and then
yeah. And
reading
then
this one, it's like, oh, it's like he knows
he
what we
heard
were
us,
saying.
but I just love the attitude. It's just, oh, it stops now. I'm
Yeah,
the strongest
yeah,
X-Men.
yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, so that's cool. And it's Colossus. Just putting that out there.
Oh my god, did I say Cyclops again? I can't stop. Why do I keep doing this? What the hell?
I don't know, but it makes for an excellent theme through all the shows.
What is wrong with me? I don't understand.
I want to see if you do it once Cyclops leaves. If you keep calling Colossus Cyclops,
Yes. Oh my
because
god, that's right. Because he
for anyone who
leaves.
doesn't know, he leaves eventually. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! In
He's
the
going to
80s, I
leave
think
in
it is.
about 10 issues, I think.
Was
I
it
think
10
it's
issues?
issue 128 or so that he's like, I quit. It's a very
Yeah.
famous cover where
Oh
he's
yeah,
walking away, and it's got like a pink background.
I remember that one actually.
So, yeah, so that will be interesting. I'm sure I will keep calling Colossus Cyclops.
I
The weird thing is, I don't call Cyclops Colossus. I only
No, you
call
don't. It's
Colossus
the other way around.
Cyclops.
Because
I don't know
you
why.
believe that Colossus has leadership skills, and you're just
Maybe.
projecting.
Maybe. I don't know. It's so weird.
And
One last thing on this page that I really liked is the contrast between the three horizontal panels at the top and then the three vertical panels on the bottom, which I've mentioned before. I think in the Savage Land issues a few episodes ago, John Byrne did a similar thing where it really just changes the rhythm of
yeah,
the
it does.
storytelling. And so with this, the horizontal panels are really like describing that horizontal movement.
Yeah,
And then when Colossus stops, the panels go vertical. So it's almost like horizontal, into a vertical stop,
yeah.
right? Like a
Well, it makes it feel
perpendicular
like it's
angle.
slowed down. Like those
Yes.
first three ones are like he's flying across the
Yeah.
the ground, not above the ground, and that one gives you a real sense of speed. And this one feels like, oh, yep, he's walking back in. It doesn't feel like he's running back in. It just feels like he's walking back
No.
in.
Yes. I find that fascinating.
That is
Just
cool,
the
actually,
way
when you
that
say it. Yeah.
it changes just in the way that you absorb the information as a reader. It's just subconsciously like it changes the feel, just the
Yeah,
way the panels are laid out. It's one
it
of the
does. Yeah.
magic things about comics, I think.
Agreed, agreed. And it's they're doing it well when someone like me reads it and doesn't notice it until you point it out.
Right.
Like, yeah, because you get the sense of it, but it
Yeah.
didn't register that they were doing it on purpose or anything. I just got the sense of it, and just
Right.
it's like when word balloons are done right. You don't notice.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't notice that they've been done right because they've been done right. So
Exactly. It's like that invisible art.
and this one, I think they say he knocked out Wolverine. So
Yeah. Yep. He decked Wolverine, Cyclops says.
yeah,
He's a really formidable foe,
big
it
time.
turns out. It's really interesting. And I guess, as I talked about, Apocalypse powers him up. So I guess that's why.
Yeah. Maybe he
I
was
like
immune to
how.
start with, just with really weak powers.
Oh,
I
maybe.
always thought that's what I always thought Apocalypse did, was boost the powers of someone who's already got powers. I never
Yeah,
remember
that's
him
what I
giving
thought too.
powers. He might have, and I just can't remember it.
I mean, if you really want to know, you should read that classic X-Men
Yeah,
issue, because I did read it and I have a vague memory of, Apocalypse gives this monologue and sort of tells Moses Magnum like why he's giving him powers. And I think he does mention like he says something like, I'm Apocalypse, and what I do is I give powers to people I think are worthy, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll have to go back and read that now.
yeah,
We'll add
yeah,
that
it's
to the list of
interesting.
ones we're going to review.
Right after we
get
get one day
all
when we get
500 of them
to the end,
all 500 of them. It'll only take 10 years.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, exactly. So, I thought it was really cool that they cut to, in panel 4, they cut to the outside of the volcano where Storm and Banshee are still flying around, and they see like an explosion like blow out the side of the volcano because of the fight that's happening inside. I thought that looked really cool.
That is cool. Which is how they end up in the fight, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm loving these Mark II mandroids.
Mark II mandroids. They look a lot better than the Mark I mandroids, for sure.
Yes, they do. With the visual face.
Yeah,
nice,
because they don't have a human face just sticking in the middle of the robot.
Maybe people said something last month, and they're like,
right,
"Oh yeah,
right,
yeah, we'll fix that."
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, I do love the design. So, and of course,
yeah, they are a great design.
Great tech. And I love this like fuzzy thing behind him. It almost makes you think he's going through some sort of teleporter or something.
Yeah, it does look that way.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, what's that meant to be?"
Interesting.
You got anything for that page?
No. Good with that page.
But I love this. Colossus like, I'm going to show you what I'm really made of.
Yeah. He's really cutting loose. Great action poses here in almost every panel.
I love it. And I just love that Sean or Banshee decides that he's the one to stop him.
Yes, I thought that was cool. That was a cool thing about this issue in general. I mean, we'll talk about it because this is only about halfway through the story, but yeah, Banshee plays a big role in the second half of this issue, which I thought was really cool, because you don't see him being like, he hasn't really been like the decisive factor in winning any of the battles that they've won up to this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was really a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it was. Making me a bit of a fan of him. I never was before this.
Yeah, I always liked Banshee.
Yeah, I just thought he was a character. He's like, yeah, cool, he's an X-Man, and left it at that. Now I'm like, oh, Banshee, this guy's really cool.
He's just there.
Yeah, he's just there. He's part of the team. He does stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so again...
Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, there's a small mention in panel 4 on this page where he says, Moses Magnum says, I swore that if attacked, I would destroy Japan. But it's not any doesn't make it any clearer what his plan was.
Yeah.
Which is sort of weird because now we're on. This is page 11 of the story. So this is more than halfway through the story, and we still haven't gotten any clarification as to what he's actually doing. So
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do either.
Yeah. Just wants to destroy Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you've explained that, now I understand it's him powering up his powers is what's going on here.
Right.
Taking him to another level.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it was all machinery up until now. I didn't realize he had any powers. I thought his suit was like an Iron Man suit, and but he was really silly, and he had his head poking out so it could be hit. And this was just him powering up a machine. But now that you say he's got seismic powers, that makes a lot more sense. But that's probably because I didn't read this as well as I should have.
Well, I think those last two panels on this page are actually going into a flashback from Power Man Annual number 1. So this is where he fell down the shaft, and between this page and the next page is where they insert those extra 4 pages in Classic X-Men number 25.
Sweet.
Yeah. So.
Okay, see. Oh, wow, I read that totally differently. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
No wonder I got so confused.
Yeah. Well, it's
so that's why he's
out a little.
His powers against his powers. Yeah.
Exactly.
I get it now.
So this is a cool page layout. I like how they go from one panel on top and then 2 panels, which is almost like Moses Magnum and Banshee kind of facing off.
Yeah. That's cool.
Because
you always think they are because the thought bubbles almost cut off the fact that there's a
there's a panel there. There's a gutter between the panels.
You really get that sense
of yeah. And then I love those 6 little panels with just the faces
all holding their ears.
Yeah, because that reads really like little quick cuts, and then finishing it off with that big explosion. Although the one thing I thought was curious was that they put Banshee, not Banshee. Now I'm calling Sunfire Banshee. I actually don't know who any of these characters are.
Yeah, just throw names around. Woo!
Right. So they put Sunfire in the foreground of this panel instead of Banshee, which that to me read a little strange. But since Banshee is the one outside and Sunfire was inside before, so I guess it
I'm curious now because he
that
flies off at one stage and I forget if he says anything. I go Cyclops. Okay, where's he?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, get help. Go get help. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's actually Sunfire blasting through the side of the volcano in that shot with Storm and Banshee outside, because Cyclops tells him, like, you got to blast an opening and go get help, and so that's what he does. So I guess technically he is outside, so it all works.
Well, I'm really popular today. My phone keeps ringing. Yeah, so kaboom. And then
another volcano base bites the dust.
Yep. Poor old Banshee's overused his powers. Burnt out.
Yep.
I think yeah, that's what that Storm says. Burnt out his powers.
Yeah.
And worse.
Which is cool. I like when that sort of thing happens, because it suggests, like, it communicates the idea that the stakes for the characters are very high, like they can get hurt, even though they have superpowers, they can still get hurt and be put out of commission for a while, which happens, pretty often in X-Men.
Does.
To all different characters, pretty cool. I mean, this page is a pretty standard page, but what I do like is that top panel is all horizontal lines.
Speed.
So it's a good reset after all the diagonal lines and all the craziness of the previous pages. Now it's like, this is the calm after the storm kind of thing. Like the ocean is like the line of the ocean is right down at the bottom of the panel. So even the turbulence of the sea is minimized.
Yeah.
Because it's hardly in the panel. It's just open sky, which gives that feeling of like, everything's back to normal and it's all serene again,
Yeah. I like that.
I thought that was clever. Yeah.
That is clever. And me, with no technical skills, all I saw was, Nightcrawler up on Colossus's... I almost said Cyclops then. Colossus's shoulders. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even notice that,
nice.
actually.
I thought that was nice. But yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Didn't even know.
Until now. I was like,
they're in shadow. They're in shadow, so Nightcrawler was invisible.
Right.
I understand why you didn't see.
Right. That is cool. That's a cool pose.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was great. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Okay. Complete scene change.
Yep.
And it's now 10 days later.
10 days later. And is it 3? 3 of those days he was in a coma, if I remember correctly?
Yeah. So,
I should write more notes like you do.
yeah, 3 days. It says, 3 days, and all of them were touch and go. I almost died.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was really banged up.
Touch and go, 3 days, out in 7 more. Nice.
Right.
Nice hospital. They're just, no, you're right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these days it would be like, I'm sorry, you've got to go. You're awake, out you go.
Out you go. Oh, dear. But I love this, Merry Christmas. So this is really cool that they did this. They still do it to a degree, the Christmas editions every December.
Yeah.
So I always liked that. So as a kid, I would have loved this if I was reading it at the time, but I would have been 3. So maybe I wasn't reading it.
Yeah. So it's nice. And I also like the varied, just the panels. Like, Sean's a different size in every panel as he's coming into the the house. This is Sunfire's house. So they're still in Japan.
I guess that more from Storm's outfit than anything else, to be honest.
Oh yeah, she's wearing a kimono. Yeah.
And there's old Fire in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice.
Nice surprise for him.
Page.
But he was missing his woman.
Right, Moira.
I miss her, and then said her out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really... This totally threw me, to be honest. I thought the comic was over. I thought I'd read so much. And I'd obviously done a whole comic by now. And I hadn't read that much at all. Because there's still quite a bit to go.
Yeah, there's still 3 pages left.
Yeah. And I'm like... I thought we read so much because so much happened. But yeah.
Right. Well, that's the cool thing about X-Men is, which I've mentioned before on the show, is... They do the action, but then they always allocate time for the decompression type part where the characters it's between adventures where they just bond. And so I really liked this page because it's just all the X-Men bonding and just being kind of together as this kind of found family.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what they're all kind of commenting on and thinking about on this page, is how much they've grown closer to each other. And then at the end of the page, Colossus is sort of a bit melancholy because he's like thinking, well, I'm the only one of the group that actually has a family
Outside
back in
family.
Russia. I'd like to see them
Yeah.
at Christmas time. So yeah, I thought this was a really nice character building moment for the team in general.
Yeah, it was.
It was really cool.
And then we swap over to Jean, which, do they know
Right.
now? Do they finally know?
No, they don't.
How is it they don't know?
They,
Come on,
they
Misty.
still don't know.
What are you doing,
No.
Misty? Mention it.
Well,
Is it
Misty. This is what I was talking about in our last episode. They're deliberately, by they I mean John Byrne and Chris Claremont, they're deliberately setting this up and keeping the characters moving so that they never do cross paths in order to inform each other, like, hey, we're alive, or hey, did you know that I just was in Japan? Like, Jean's not going to see Misty Knight,
No.
because then Misty Knight would be able to tell her, hey, I was just with Scott, and then it would be like, oh my god, what, he's alive?
He's alive.
I think they're going to keep drawing this out for a while to make the tension, the dramatic tension, build and build. So what this is Jean has gone to Scotland now to meet with Moira, and then with Moira is Havoc, Polaris, and Jamie Madrox, who's Multiple Man.
Multiple Man. I love that he has to be in uniform, so he's covered up. It's like, can't you take the mask off, dude?
No, well, I looked that up because I thought that was weird. And so I looked it up because I was like, oh, can he not take his suit off? Is his suit somehow helping him control his powers? And it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So looked up Jamie Madrox on the Marvel Wiki website, and turns out he is a mutant whose powers manifested as a baby, and his first duplicate was created when the doctor slapped his bottom when he was first born and created another duplicate. And so they created this suit for him to wear in order to help him
so he can take
not duplicate. Until he wants to. So that's why he is still wearing the suit underneath the trench coat in the same way that Ben Grimm does as the thing.
Okay. Yeah, well, because I know him when he didn't wear the suit, so I wonder what happened there. I know when he had a new suit. So they
must have changed it.
But I remember when Iceman also was crazy powerful, and he just kept turning everything nice. Had to put that belt on him.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Not much to say about this page. Just it's another.
No, not really.
Going the right, but then she mentions Muir Island, and that's where it gets interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is really cool. This is a crazy ending.
So what's happening?
So, do you want to talk about who this guy is? Do you remember who this guy is?
No, I don't actually. Was he the?
So,
was he
remember
the hovercraft dude?
Yes, he's the guy who rented. He's the guy who rented the hovercraft to the X-Men back in like issue 104 or something. I think it says 104, or is it 106?
104.
Yeah. So he's the guy who rented the hovercraft to the X-Men. The hovercraft got destroyed by Magneto.
Yep.
And so now this guy has come back to Muir Island with dynamite to wreak his revenge for them destroying his hovercraft. Which I love that. Like, I was like, oh, that is crazy. That is completely bonkers.
But then whatever that thing is, I'm curious what that thing is because I don't know this far
Right.
back. So I don't, and they
Well,
totally go away from it for the next 2 issues.
I'm sure we'll eventually find out. But what
Yeah.
I think there's a clue there in the fact that he is passing by a door marked Mutant X in panel 3.
True.
And Mutant X, I think, is Proteus, which is the son of Professor X and Moira. And he's like this super powerful telepath who I think also is like a multiple personality disorder
Legion
sufferer. Yes, essentially, yes. I think they're the same character.
Oh, okay. I'm curious what it means, human, I need you. And it's like, ooh, what's that all mean? Is he going to eat him? Is he going to absorb his life force? That's why I want to know who this is.
I don't know.
Who the character is, what he's doing to this poor guy.
Well, it's also entirely possible that even Claremont and Byrne didn't know what they were going to do with this at this point.
That'd be hilarious if they did that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that is what they would often do, because they always would put these little one-page scenes in, which just kind of are these ominous, like we've talked about before, like the hand watch, like a hand in the foreground, and it's someone watching the characters on a video screen, but you don't know who that is, but they're just saying like, "I'll get you, X-Men, just you wait." And so you're like, who could it be? And this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, true.
I think it just sort of, it seeds storylines, or at least potential storylines for them to follow up on later.
Oh, I didn't notice the shadows. It's the Mutant X door that's opening. I get it now.
Oh, yes, it is. You're right.
I didn't notice those shadows till just now. It's like, you've just walked past that door, it opens,
and then you can see the light coming out a crack.
Definitely Mutant X, who's talking all weird, and we get to find out who Mutant X is.
Yeah.
If you're right, or if it's something altogether different.
Right, yeah. So that should be pretty cool. But I don't know when we're going to find that out. It might be in 4 issues. It might be in 12 issues. Because I think that's the thing about X-Men comics is it's this constantly evolving story, and it gets so tangled and deep in terms of all the plot threads. So yeah, we'll see if this gets followed up on at some point in the future.
Hope so. Looks interesting.
Me too.
So next week is issue 120, Wanted. Yes. Wolverine, Dead or Alive.
Which I'm sure you are going to enjoy, because you're a fan of
the Wolverine
characters. Oh, it was Alpha Flight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, yes, I love the Alpha Flight, so that's another reason I love this next one.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't read the one after it, but I've seen the cover. So it's like, that's when they all come out for you see them all.
Yeah.
Oh, not to spoil the next one. Oops. So we're at that time where we go band name.
Yes. Okay, so I have 2 choices for you.
2 choices, yep.
So the first one is on page 5. I think it's when they're talking to the Japanese Prime Minister.
Oh, yep.
And the Japanese Prime Minister says something like, if you 7 can't save us, then we're done for. And so I thought 7 Can't Save Us is kind of a cool band name. And then the other one was on page 15. That was when they're sort of in the middle of the battle with oh no, that was when it wasn't. Page 15 was when Banshee's coming home from the hospital and he's thinking about how he almost died.
Yeah.
And he says, like, I've been caught. I was courting the Reaper for a while there, and so I thought courting the Reaper is a
Yeah, I
good
like that
band
one.
name as well.
Oh,
So those are the
I'm
two
going with Courting the
choices.
Reaper. We go for a lot
All
of heavy
right.
metal bands, I'm noticing. Well,
Yes.
I do, not we. I do. I seem to
Yeah.
go for the heavy metal bands. Courting the Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely sounded like a heavy metal band name to me as well.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching. We had a lot of fun. Hope you had a lot of fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that little bell. And if you agreed, disagreed, want to fill us in on things we didn't know, whack that down in the comments. That would be awesome. We do monitor those and we do have a look-see. So it'd be great to hear from you. But apart from that, we've got the next issue is 120, as I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Sis. You can find me at Sidrus Comics AU on Instagram. And Matt, where can we find you?
You can read my comic for free at steamrollerman.com. It's a comedy superhero comic, and people seem to love it. So read it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. That's why they love it. It's awesome. Just putting it out there. Awesome comic. I've read it. It's amazing. It's hilarious.
Thank you, Sis. Thank you.
And so go read that. Go watch some more episodes of this. And we shall see you next week. Until then, I can't think of a catchphrase, so we'll just say see ya.
All right.
Night
I'll see you
all,
next week, Sis.
or morning all, or whatever it is where you are.
See you later, everybody.